Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. I am so excited. I did a live. I did another impromptu live. Had some technical difficulties. I did that thing, you know the thing, where I said a live that it was going to go on in so much time that I couldn't get into my live. It wasn't playing me. So yeah, that's the content creators, you know, like fear kind of thing, going, hey, people are looking forward to live, and then I can't get into it, and it's okay. I canceled it, made a new one. It's okay. We were still talking. And you know what I did? I'm going to show you. I wanted to get something done. And after I did all those sweaters, which by the way are actually at my feet still from yesterday's video, they are all lined up around me at my feet. I am messing up my room. They need to go back on the coat rack, and then pull them down one at a time. They need to be put back away. They're not away yet. I wanted something I could get done. Well, we know I've got socks in the works, like this pair. And if you don't know the significance of that, watch a couple videos ago. Yeah, that's that. I made a promise when I found those little circulars. That's all I'm going to say. So I wanted to get something done. I wanted to feel finished on something. So I started looking through patterns and different stuff. I mean, I've got the hat pattern. We know that. I've got new yarns. I've got new patterns. I've got all sorts of things. But I wanted instant gratification. You know, something that I could start and maybe have from start to finish done in 2 hours, right? Just get something done. And then I was looking in the bag that I had sitting next to me, and I had parts. Well, I didn't have parts. I had a platypus suit. Do we remember? Yeah, because it doesn't have its sew-on parts. Do we remember this beautiful book, Freddie's Blanket? This gorgeous book that I got when I went to the Estes Wool Festival. Do I have the other ones right here? No, I don't. I put those away. So when I went to the Estes Wool Festival, I ended up getting overall 4 of these books. Where's that other? I have the little sew thing. Is that right here? Yes. Yes. Okay. So I got 4 of the books, and I did the Phoebe Mouse one already, and I gave that stuffed critter to my granddaughter. Now, 3 of the books I got at the Estes Wool Festival, the main character in the book is a knit animal, a knit creature. Phoebe Mouse was one of them. There's Ricky Raccoon, and Ricky Raccoon is, where's the yarn at? Did I put the yarn away? Wow, I put things away. That's weird. So I have the yarn kit for that one. Haven't done that. Haven't cast that on. Haven't wound the yarn. And the 4th one, so we've got the platypus one. I've shown that in the works before. It's not done. It wasn't done. It's done now. But the 4th one is a mermaid doll, which is a sewing kit right here. And that book is Phoebe's birthday. There are knitting patterns in the book, but the main character is a sewn doll with this fabric. That's the kit that went with it that I purchased. I'm not a sewing person, so I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but there you have it. I have it. Now, let's see. Oh, here's my books. This is Phoebe's sweater. I made Phoebe in her sweater previously. That is that cute little doll right there, and that went to my granddaughter. And Phoebe's birthday has, see that? That's a sewn mermaid mouse. That's what that is. And that's what this kit is. That is for Phoebe's birthday. And this one, Henry's hat, you have the sweater and the raccoon doll right there. Right? And of course, here we've got Freddie's blanket, and the whole thing is to do a platypus, and you can do matching overalls for your child if you choose to. And it comes with the pattern to do the overalls or the cute little dress. During the live, I was able to finish it, but I did want to stop right here, and I wanted to show, before I went on to the live, I started to sew this together so you could see what was going on with that, and then decided I was going to do a live. So you get the first part, and the live got the rest, okay? So here we go. Do we remember this cute little guy? This is my platypus from those fun, cute books that I got from Slate Falls Press, and I got those at Estes Park. And poor little platypus hasn't been done. I have flippers on it, arm little flippers, leg little flippers. I do not have the tail yet. That's okay. We're going to go ahead and stuff this little guy. I have a needle here. The pattern says stuff everything and take whatever this yarn is, and just kind of run it right through here on the bill so you don't have the bill completely stuffed. And you do the same thing with the appendages to where they have some stuffing in them but not a ton of stuffing. So I have that for all of them. I do have all the appendages done. Yay! And then you stuff it from the back side, from the tail right here. And once you've got all that done, then you can go ahead and get your needles and make a tail, make a big old platypus tail. So that's where I'm at the moment. So I got a big old thing of stuffing down here. I'm gonna play with this platypus and get it stuffed. And it's just been at this stage for a while now. And it's just not gonna get more done until I actually, you know, grab the stuffing and do it. And I just haven't been. I've been preoccupied with everything else. All right, so I don't know, that looks like plenty, don't you think? We don't want a lot in there. We just want a little bit in the little flipper areas. So I'm gonna get those in there and get that kind of tacked down. The cool thing about doing stuffed critters like this is I don't have to do a really good job of weaving in the ends, right? I'll sew that down and then I can leave those ends inside the stuffed platypus, and I don't have to have them nice and neat. They're just part of the stuffing, so that works out really well. And once I get that sewn down, then I can grab my needles and start working on that tail. And, you know, one step closer to getting this little guy done. That's just how that works. It was not hard. It was a quick knit. I've just been procrastinating, you know, doing the easy part, you know, stuffing it. I get it. I get it. We all have our things. I'm gonna put some stuffing in this bill. See, what we don't want is, I mean, you can, but see what I mean? That's not how you want that. And that's why you do that little line in there so you don't end up overstuffing it. You put in however much you think it needs. If you want it that way, you can make it that way. It's yours, right? You can do yours however you want. But the design is, I think it's supposed to be just a little bit flatter, just enough. You know, how much is enough? I don't know, but that much, right? Just enough. So we're gonna put in just enough. That's what we're doing. How fun is that? And then I will be that much closer to having another stuffed critter done. The best thing, for me anyway, about these particular patterns is we don't have all the pieces. You know how a lot of patterns will have tons and tons of pieces and then you may or may not get to it, right? Okay, that's me. But anyway, that was my shorter piece. All I did with that is semi-weave that one in, and I'm gonna leave that the way that it is. And then I'm gonna use that longer thread to go across the whole bill of the platypus. But these are really set up for success for the individual if you don't set it down like I did, because we don't have a whole bunch of pieces, right? Each one of the appendages and everything, those were knit on. You didn't see, oh wait, I have to sew the bill on. I have to sew these on. No, they were knit on. Just like the tail's gonna be knit on. See, I've got that hole back there. I'll pick up stitches right along the edge, and I don't know, I'll have to look at the instructions obviously, and I can knit that tail. How cool is that? And then there we have it. So all the pieces are where they should be. So the bill's not going to be crooked because, well, it could be. The little arms and legs are on where they're supposed to be, and the tail's on where it's supposed to be because you are knitting them on as you go. So I do like that regarding these patterns. Alrighty, so I just went there, down here. I'm gonna do the sewing it together. I'm just getting that thread there. Sewing this from side to side right above where I did that garter stitch. That's my story. And if it's not exactly right, it's okay. That's where I can add that quirkiness, right? Because it is a stuffed critter and each one is unique. Each one is its own individual piece. And I think that is what makes them special. And it's not like I have to have it sewn down so tight and perfect, because my understanding is the goal is to get it to where you're just not going to get that stuffing through use where that bill is going to get too fat. And there you have it, just like that. And how long have I procrastinated doing this? I don't know. But if you've noticed, I have been working quite a bit on trying to take some of my older projects. This one's not necessarily an older project since I didn't get the book until the 7th of June of this year, but I'm trying not to let everything languish. Does that mean I'm successful on all of it? No, of course not. But I am going back to things. I am grabbing things that I started literally years and years ago and finishing them. And like this, I started this one earlier in the year, and my goal is to work through all of the yarns that I got at Estes this year, which was 7 June 2025, and make the projects that I got the yarn for. And this is one of them. And stuffed animals for me are an interesting one. I love them, and I love doing them until I don't. And there's no rhyme or reason as to when the I don't kicks in. And then I end up with parts and pieces, which is why I love this pattern so much, because you don't end up with parts and pieces. They're all knit on. You might have a platypus that doesn't have a tail, you know, like this one, but I don't have parts and pieces. I don't have anything just kind of lying around going, oh, wait, where did I lose those? And we've seen that before when you make stuffed things. If you set your stuff down, you can end up losing your parts and pieces that you worked on and not know where they're at. So at least I'm not going to do that. So how fun was that? We just got the bill. How cool is that? We do need to embroider some eyes on. Safety eyes or embroider eyes. I do have safety eyes. I thought about that. Should I put safety eyes on this before I knit the tail? I mean, I could. I don't know. I have time. I'm going to sew on these little flipper guys. But that's what we're doing. We're just having fun doing these things. Alrighty. Great times. Well, now you get to see the behind the scenes on how some of this stuff is taken care of. There we go. All right, so there we have it. You can see at that point is when I said, you know what? I am just talking to myself as if I'm talking to a group of people. Anyway, I'm going to go live. I did that, so if you want to catch that, by all means, feel free to catch last night's live. But look at this. She is done. How cool is that? And we talked about it. I gave the option. You know, I commented, do I do the sewn eyes? Because the pattern has the embroidered eyes. They're not any detail or anything. The whole idea with these patterns are everything is in the child's imagination. There's easy, these are such easy beginner-friendly patterns. Easy, comfortable projects to make, and lots and lots of fun. A lot of fail-proof designs and features to this pattern. That's okay, I still messed it up, but I left my mess up. And I did. The pattern has the little arms about that much longer and the little legs about that much longer. And when I realized it, I did go back, I pulled one out and I did go back and I made it longer, and I didn't like it as much. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's adorable. But after I saw them with the little nubbies like this, I'm like, I'm keeping the little guys. I'm keeping the little nubbies like that. And then while I was on live, I asked, how long should the tail be? Since I made the little guys, the tail is supposed to be about that much longer, and which would be fine, but we agreed short was cute. Well, short was also done faster, right? But short was cute. So that's what I got done. Here we go. I only have one more of the critters to finish. And oh, there's my set. Yeah, I moved them. That's right, because my granddaughter was here, so this whole chair was taken care of when she did the video with me. I took everything off of this chair, and that's why it's right over there. But I have yarn support kit for the Ricky Raccoon, and that is my last one for knitting for, actually from the series, from the yarn that I picked up at Estes Wool Festival. But here's my little platypus. She does not have a name yet. I do have the blue. I can still make the overalls, and then she'll be interchangeable. And I think, I obviously don't have the Phoebe mouse because she's gone off to my youngest granddaughter, but I think the clothes are interchangeable. So I could put the clothes on the different dolls, and when I do the Ricky Raccoon, I could do the same thing. So I could do the same sweater for him and change it to the overalls and things like that. So if they ended up in the same household, they could be mix and match with the clothes is what I'm getting at. But there we go. I think that I need to make another one of this. This is so adorable. Maybe get some other things done first. I'm a little overwhelmed with all the sweaters I found. I'm not going to lie. I am okay, I'm a lot overwhelmed. So I really wanted to get something done, which you think is crazy because I did finish one of the sweaters, right? I mean, I did, but I wanted something else. It was so daunting to me, which is crazy because we know I have lots of things started and I generally don't care. I really don't. But pulling them all out going, oh, these are not the simple ones. This is round 2 of Magnificent 7. Whew, they are not the simple ones. The rounds have just escalated. So I was very happy to just finish up my own little lovey. And you know, that's all I had. This thing has been so close to being done for so long. What I had done, I had the bill, I had the arms, and I had the legs already done. The tail was left open because you stuffed it from the tail, and I needed to knit the tail. And the other thing that I needed to do is right here along the bill, it's just sewn down so the stuffing doesn't transfer from the bill to the head. You don't get too much into the bill. It has a little bit, but not too much. And it's the same with the little arms and the legs. That was it. That's the sewing part, right? That was all I had to do, and then do the tail. That's it. I don't know how long I have had this almost done and just didn't get around to finishing it. So I am kind of happy that I didn't cast on anything new. And truthfully, I was looking at doing something crochet, but I didn't grab the crochet hooks and start something new. I picked up something that I had and I finished it. Oh my gosh. What an amazing feeling that is to grab your thing and to finish it. And you know, instead of finishing the tail, I made the dress. Not tonight, but I mean, I made the dress. I progressed on the whole platypus and procrastinated at the same time. It's the weirdest thing ever. So for quite a while, this was just a little platypus suit. You know, it was just the skin, because the way this is designed, you're not sewing the pieces on after. You're knitting them on as you go, which is wonderful because the bill's in the right place. The arms are in the right place. The legs, the tail, they're all in the right place. They're not sewn on crooked. They're not cockeyed. They're nothing. They're just perfect. And it is just such a fun, comfortable, easy craft, easy critter to work through and to make and to get done, and just feel like there's so much success. So I don't know which little one is going to get this. I think with the little dress on, one of the girls will want to claim it. So I think I really do need to finish. Okay, start. I haven't started it, but do the overalls and give that as a choice and everything for that. I do know both of my sons really liked the platypus, and I obviously didn't know that when I bought it. So when I bought it, I bought with the yarn support for the little dress, and I since got the yarn support for the overalls, and I've got plenty of yarn support, if you know what I mean. So I can make some other things because, you know, it's a unisex toy. Let's put it that way. There's nothing on this when it doesn't have the dress on that says, wow, that's a boy or that's a girl. That's just the cute little platypus. That is all. I mean, it is so adorable. It is just squishy. I stuffed it, but I didn't overstuff it. I stuffed it and left it really squishy, soft and squishy, to where it's like a pillow hug. And I like that. Oh my gosh, it just makes me so happy. And I got it done. Oh. Now it's a matter of, what's my next thing? Did this satiate the need to get something done, or did this spur something else on? Is it a matter of, oh wait, now I want to make another one? I mean, I would like to make another one of the platypus, but I think I do need to, I don't know. I don't know what I need to do. I don't know. I have a lot of stuff on the needles and hooks. We found a lot of stuff. We found bags. We found bags and bags and bags, and this isn't even like all the Tuesday stuff that I found. We found bags. These all have sweaters in them. This is all sweaters. This isn't all of the sweaters. This is some sweaters. This is like, you have projects, you have things. This is what this is. That's daunting. I want to hang that back up when I get done with this. I'm gonna hang it back up on the tree, and I'm gonna put the shawl over top of it, and I'm gonna pretend like I didn't see it for a while. That's a lot. Some of them fit me. Some of them are big. I'm not gonna lie. I got some in there that I'm like, oh yeah, that gauge. That gauge is a no-go. And then I was reminded that the refractive sweater that I'm working on, yes, confirmation that I am doing on size 1 needles for a me-size sweater, on size 1s. You know, like the same thing that I make my socks on, that size 1s. That's crazy talk. That is beyond crazy talk. What was I thinking? And then I have this sitting here. Oh, I found this. This is Hobby Lobby. This is a Hobby Lobby, one of those Hobby Lobby hanks, those hand-dyed hanks that I got a long time ago. I'm not really sure. I think I probably made socks with it, the other part of it. I truthfully don't know. But this is gorgeous, and it's talking to me. It's like, oh, you want to throw caution to the wind. You don't want to work on the things that you're supposed to be working on. You want to talk to me. You want to play with me. Oh, and you know what would be really cool too is, let's see, Lori Armchair Chef is partnering up with So Fantastical Michelle. I think that's her channel. I'm not sure. Something Fantastical. I do know that. So they are partnering up and they are doing an alien themed something this month. Make something with an alien theme. Is that not alien theme? You know, I made 5 or 6 alien hats last year. I don't have any of those left. I gave them away because that's what I do. I don't think I have any around. I looked in the bag over there and I gave a lot of hats. Well, we know I took the hats to work. I made a bunch of hats and I took them to work, and all the people that I worked with and everything, and then other people that, you know, came down and everything that I'd like. And, you know, it's a big building, right? I'm like, you can have a hat if you want one, but you don't have to take one. And not everyone wanted one. I mean, that's fair. Not everyone wanted one. And I also sent that out to my subscriber or my membership, the people who had memberships, and I offered them, if they wanted a hat at that time, this was last year at Christmas time, send me your email address, or not, you know, send me your address, right? You know, and I'll get you a hat. Now, granted, I sent the hats out very, very late, but I did send them out. And even that, not everybody wanted one. So just because you make them and you offer them doesn't mean that they want one. So I thought the aliens were great, and those took a bit to get rid of. They did. It was interesting. It was really interesting with everybody's different takes on things and what they liked and what they didn't like, but I don't have any left. I mean, I got this little guy. He's not an alien, you know, I got my Grinch right here, but which are definitely its colors. But I mean, this would be fantastic as an alien something. Oh my gosh, that would be really cool. And then I would be playing along. I played along last month with Lori's Christmas in July. And now they've got a partnership doing an alien themed something, any kind of alien, right? You know, obviously we always think of like the Greys and everything, you know, or that type of alien, or the big green, slime green alien head. But what your interpretation of alien is, you'd have to go to their channels to get all the details. I don't have all the details, but something along that line. And then that was the other thing of, I want to make something, I want to do something different. Do the stuff you have going on. No, I don't want to. I'm like a child. I got this little talking back and forth going on. I want to start something new. All of that I'm going to shove back over there, and it's going to be hidden. Oh, and I also found some things in the bags up there that we haven't seen. I didn't know they were over there. I found some other stuff. We'll deal with that later. I found some. Well, I kind of reached my hand in a different bag because I was looking for the sweaters, you know, and I'm like, okay, is this one of the sweater bags? And I pulled something up just a little bit above the top of the bag. I'm like, and I shoved it back in really quick, and I just went, and I'm like, okay, where's the sweaters? I'm like, So we have some other things there. We do. In the last bag, which one is that one? I moved it. We have a lot of stuff to go through. We're going to be doing the Tackle It series for a while. There's a lot. Yes. Evidently, I was very prolific at starting a lot of things. And I wonder how many things I started. Well, no, because, you know, I used to keep track. I haven't done that in a while, but I've got some old spreadsheets where even during this time where you're seeing me pulling out all these things that I had started, I still finished 100 things those years. Some of them were big and some were little, but still 100 things. That is crazy. Was I starting 2 and 3 things a day? I mean, like every third day I'm starting something and everything, to have that many that I didn't finish and then have that many that I did. What was I thinking? I don't know. That was yesterday me. Yesterday me did not need to sleep. That's all I'm going to say. Yesterday me didn't need that. And I was fearless because looking at some of these sweaters I pulled out, there was no fear. I was like, I can do that. What, Lace doing this? Go off script? Oh, sure, I got that. Yesterday me had no fear. So today me needs to learn to be reacquainted with yesterday me, because that was a lot of fun. A little daunting, but that's a lot of fun. I hope you have fun in your life and your crafting like that too. Yeah, there we go. Well, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go before my voice goes out, since I've been talking for literally hours now. And I don't know about you, but normally I don't talk that long straight through, except for when we're doing this. And my voice says, what were you thinking? What were you thinking? Yeah, so there we're at. Anyway, I'm having a blast. I am like on cloud 9 at the moment. I'm going to go downstairs and talk to hubby and give him like a 5-minute synopsis going blah, 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 on everything that I have done. And then I'm going to probably cuddle my green yarn and not pay attention to all the other stuff. Oh, I will hang these up because I don't want them at my feet any longer. They were there for 24 hours. They do not belong there. I will hang them up so I have my room not so messy. There you go. See, it's the little things, one little bit at a time. That's it. It's just the little steps that makes everything better. All right, everybody, you guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be, and I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.